As the chaos invasion spread planet-wide, panic and fear gripped the hearts of the inhabitants of Refugea. Among them was Senator Maximus Renaldi of Serenitas, a staunch advocate for human rights and the voice of reason within the political sphere. News of the impending chaos onslaught reached his ears, but what followed shattered his faith in the Tau governance. Senator Renaldi had always believed in the principles of cooperation and unity between species. The Tau Fiovra, Governor Nesh Tau, had promised equality and protection for all citizens under the banner of the greater good. However, when the chaos invasion loomed over Serenitas, the Tau authorities seemed to prioritize the evacuation of their own civilian population, leaving the humans to fend for themselves. Standing in the governor's palace, my voice trembled with a mix of anger and disbelief as I demanded answers. I can't believe what I'm seeing, Governor Nesh Tau. You promised equality and protection for all citizens under the banner of the greater good. But where is that equality now? My words hung heavy in the air, carrying the weight of shattered trust and broken promises. My stare bore into Governor Nesh Tau, searching for any semblance of justification. Senator Renaldi, we are doing everything we can to address the invasion, the governor replied, attempting to maintain composure. Our priority is to ensure the safety of our civilian population. My frustration surged, my voice rising with each word. But what about the humans? We are citizens of Serenitas too. Now we have a horde of refugees to feed on the streets. We have stood side by side with the Tau Empire, believing in the principles of cooperation and unity between species. And now, when we need you the most, you leave us to fend for ourselves. My voice cracked with emotion, a mix of betrayal and desperation. The governor's response only deepened the wound. The sudden invasion is a dire threat, Senator. Our resources are stretched thin and we must prioritize the evacuation of our own people. It is regrettable, but necessary. Regrettable. Necessary. My voice trembled with a potent mix of anger and sorrow. This goes against everything the greater good stands for. How can you turn your back on the very citizens you swore to protect? We trusted you, Governor. We believed in a future where humans and Tau could coexist in harmony. My words echoed through the palace, heavy with disappointment and righteous indignation. The governor tried to offer an explanation, seeking understanding. Senator, I understand your frustration, but we have limited options in the face of this crisis. We must make difficult choices to ensure the survival of as many lives as possible. Survival? What about our survival? My voice quivered with a mix of sadness and anger. Are human lives worth any less than Tau lives? We are all inhabitants of Refugea, and we deserve equal protection and support. You have shattered the trust we placed in you. Governor Nesh Tau's voice took on a tone of measured diplomacy, attempting to rationalize the difficult decisions. I assure you, Senator, it is not a matter of valuing one species over another. It is a matter of practicality and the preservation of the greater population. My stare hardened, with my voice resolute. Practicality? Preservation? These are empty words in the face of betrayal. We will not stand idly by while our homes and loved ones are left defenseless. We will rally our own forces, protect our own people, and show you that the human spirit cannot be ignored. The words hung in the air, pregnant with determination and defiance. The governor issued a final plea, hoping to bridge the divide. Senator, I urge you to reconsider. Divisions and conflict will only weaken our chances against the invaders. We must retreat. Leave with us. We will work together for the greater good. My voice carried a mix of resolve and bitterness. Work together. You had your chance, Governor. Now we will defend Serenitas with our own strength and resolve. The Tau Empire may abandon us, but we will prove that humanity is capable of standing tall in the face of adversity. I trailed off, as my gaze fixed upon the governor with a steely determination. The room fell silent, the weight of our exchange hanging in the air like an unspoken challenge. The path forward was uncertain, but my human spirit burned brightly, unyielding in the face of betrayal. However, it was a bitter pill to swallow for me. I had dedicated my life to fostering harmonious relations between humans and Tau for the greater good, ever since my planet switched sides when I was a kid, only to be cast aside in our hour of need. Determined to protect my people and make a stand against the encroaching darkness, I've gathered a group of loyal advisors and military strategists, forming a clandestine resistance movement within the heart of Serenitas. We relied on humanity's knowledge of chaos from the Imperium. With the city's impending siege, we had more warning than most, while other refugee camps fell before dawn and the hordes of demons besieged nearby cities. We had the luck to send a force to slow our invaders down, even though I knew that the odds were stacked against us. The Chaos forces were relentless, their numbers growing with each passing hour. As the last vestiges of hope waned, the retreating force of the Fire Warriors and Guevesa auxiliaries arrived to reinforce my makeshift militia. My resolve burned brighter than ever. It was time to defend Serenitas, to show the Tau and the Chaos forces alike that the human spirit was unbreakable. As the now highest-ranking official left, my first order of business was to fortify the city's defences. I called upon skilled engineers and architects to devise plans for strengthening the walls, setting up barricades and securing vital locations. Meanwhile, I personally rallied the citizens, giving passionate speeches that reignited their fighting spirit as if I was running for re-election. The humans of Serenitas had felt forsaken by the Tau overlord, but their determination would not waver. Dozens of the fire caste volunteered to remain, ignoring the general retreat order, sensing my words as the greater good. Chaos cultists began infiltrating the city, spreading fear and discord, but luckily some of my experts know the risk, having established an intelligence network. We employed spies and informants to gather information about the enemy's movements, discovering their weak points and vulnerabilities. Every scrap of knowledge was crucial in the upcoming battle for survival. Though heavily outnumbered and outgunned, militia forces fought with unwavering courage. They patrolled the streets, while the Fire Warrior battlesuits engaged in hit-and-run tactics, ambushing Chaos forces and retreating before overwhelming retaliation could be unleashed. The Chaos siege tightened around Serenitas, but its defenders remained resolute. Within the war room, me and the remaining advisors strategized tirelessly, devising plans to disrupt the Chaos cultist supply lines, launch counteroffensives and bolster morale. They knew that time was running out, and the fate of Serenitas hung in the balance. But our determination burned brighter than ever. As the Chaos forces closed in, the militia forces braced themselves for another assault. Serenitas became a battleground, the echoes of gunfire and screams filling the air. The demonic forces threw everything they had into the siege, but the human defenders fought back with unyielding resolve. They fought for their homes, their loved ones, and their freedom. One such moment occurred when a group of human militia members, their faces smeared with dirt and determination, managed to repel a wave of Chaos cultists from breaching the city's defences. Their victory was met with triumphant cheers from their fellow defenders. Someone shouted, "Senator Renaldi!" In the heat of the battle, I stood tall, leading by example. My voice rallied the weary soldiers, my presence instilling a sense of unwavering determination. The siege raged on, but the defenders of Serenitas refused to yield. With each word, I sought to ignite the flame of determination. We have endured hardship, betrayal, and abandonment, but it is in these moments that our true character shines. It is in the heat of battle that we define ourselves as defenders, as warriors, as champions of our home. For the greater good we fight. Amidst the chaos, an old woman took it upon herself to prepare warm meals for the exhausted defenders. Her humble act of kindness brought a momentary respite from the battle's intensity, reminding everyone that amidst the turmoil, there were still gestures of humanity that could unite and uplift. Even as Chaos forces relentlessly bombarded the city's walls, engineers and mechanics worked tirelessly to reinforce the defences. Their dedication and expertise inspired a sense of optimism, as each reinforcement represented a small victory against the overwhelming odds. One evening, as the sun set behind the smoke-choked horizon, a young child's laughter rang out in a brief moment of respite. The sound, so innocent and pure, cut through the tension and despair like a ray of sunlight breaking through storm clouds. It reminded everyone that while the darkness of chaos threatened to consume them, there was still innocence and hope that needed to be protected. These moments of hope, however fleeting, served as a reminder that the human spirit could endure even in the face of despair. They were beacons that illuminated the path forward, reinforcing the determination of the defenders to stand strong, to protect their home, and to prove that their will was unbreakable. The outcome of this epic struggle remained uncertain, but in the face of darkness, the human spirit would endure. The Tau that remained truly embraced the greater good concept, and so the defenders of Serenitas fought on, their determination unbreakable, their hope undying.